Welcome, Capricorn, to your August career and life purpose reading. I am Divine Stream, a newer channel, and I'm asking you please subscribe and thank you. All right, so we're going to look at Capricorn, August 2021, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's going on with your jobs, career? What are you being called to do? Things you're trying to decide. All right, I'm going to put the clarifiers on top and get into a more in-depth reading here. All right, let me lay these down real quick and we'll see what's going on for you here. Okay, so your overall theme here, you have not for you. There's something you know, either you're making a decision right now, you're doing something in your career that you know it's not for you. As the clarifier, you have the Nine of Wands reverse. This is telling you, normally this says don't give up. With reversed, this is all about giving up something that you know, either you're making a decision right now, you're in a position you're not happy with, but this is you going, I'm not fighting for this anymore. I give up. There's something better. Not just be speaking about leaving a position, but something you're doing right now at work, in your career, or if you're studying something that you're like, I'm not happy with this. You could be just studying or taking a seminar or doing something where you're realizing this isn't right for me. This position isn't right for me, or something I'm deciding in my career right now is not right for me. This is your theme for August, something you're discovering. Now, in your recent past here, you have the imagination card, which speaks to putting your thoughts and ideas into manifestation, taking action on something. Now, with the Four of Swords reversed, this is saying that you're not using your imagination, or you're not taking what you know, the insights that maybe you have come into, and you weren't moving forward with what you know you needed to do. This is your past. More past energy here is with the Queen of Swords. You could have been dealing with a boss, or you could have just been feeling very argumentative, or somebody that was very mean-spirited with you. And this speaks to being in transition about it, between worlds. You're not sure which way to go. You're trying to use your insights. You know something's not right for you. And like I said, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or somebody that is just very mean-spirited. Or this could just be you in arguments with somebody over what's going on here. Now, it says here, you were putting in a lot of strength and energy into what you were trying to work towards. You were going the distance. You were putting efforts in. You were doing what you were supposed to do. But this is sitting on top of 5 of Pentacles energy, which speaks to negative thoughts, but this is reverse, saying, I'm letting go of any negative thinking. I'm letting go of any poverty consciousness. I'm going to put as much effort and time and put my skills and abilities to work to go the distance. Okay, this is you earning money. This is you maybe right now staying in a position maybe you're not so happy with, but you're building up money to do what you have to do. You're building your foundation here. Now, coming into current energy here. You have the Page of Swords with Yin. Now, Yin is all about being receptive. So you're trying to be receptive of Page of Swords, but this is reversed. So normally with the Page of Swords, this is taking your abilities and excelling in them. This is jobs and communication. This is careers in sales or things that gather information, research. And this speaks to excelling where others are not. Now, this is reverse. So this may be you looking at what you need to do to excel. You're being receptive and you're keeping your mind open to, this is about communication, about what you can do. But you're not feeling like at this time you're really excelling. You're just trying to stay grounded and keep moving forward. Because up next, you do have the card that represents being grounded. And the King of Swords, again, is the Page of Swords all grown up. So his energy is all about logic and organization. With the way he's sitting here, this represents getting out of anything that would represent emotions and turning rather to your logic. He's all about logic and organization. He's about advice. He speaks to jobs and public speaking. But this, just as the energy right at the center, is saying that I'm going with the flow for what I have to do for now. I'm not sure if I want to stay where I am here, but I'm making money. I'm being receptive to what I have to do, and I'm staying grounded and staying logical and working hard and trying to move forward. Now, for some of you, you could be dealing with a boss that represents this energy. The King of Swords upright is usually somebody very fair-minded, who communicates clearly, but sometimes they could be very pushy towards you. So this could be what you're dealing with, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. All right, and then your next energy in your current energy line here, you have a decision to make. And now we do have emotional stability here, a Knight of Cups. You're stuck in a decision right now about what you have to do, and related to maybe an offer that you don't know if you want to take or not, or related to just bringing in now some type of emotional fulfillment in your work. Because it appears, it looks like you're okay with kind of putting in the efforts, making the money you need to make, putting that away, building a foundation, but you're just not really emotionally fulfilled in this position. And you're trying to make a decision about that right now. Now, coming up here in the future energies, you do have the Sun card on the table. Happy, happy. But this is reversed. Saying, I'm not completely happy, but I do have as a clarifier the Knight of Wands, which is all about driving forward, continuing to put in the efforts. This is about passion. This is about trying to work hard for my happiness here. This is future energy. Now you have a really good card coming up here towards the end of August. The Fates and the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is managing your resources wisely. This is taking that money. This is putting it towards what you want to do. But this is also surrender about this. The Fates is asking you sometimes, the way things are lining up, surrender to the flow. This is right below chop wood, which is going with the flow. Because the Four of Pentacles could speak to sometimes, it can speak to extremes about giving and taking. So this is you looking at how you want to balance your resources. and surrendering to the way that has to come into play for you right now. Your final outcome card here. You do have a healing. Okay, you're mending something, you're healing something. And with the Eight of Cups, this could be towards the end of August, you coming into, because this is right below the decision card, coming into a decision about what you want to do. What's the next step I want to take? Do I want to stay here? Do I want to continue working towards a better position? Do I want to move on completely? Because there's something on the table here that says, with your overall theme here, that you're not completely content with your happiness reversed. And then again, you have your overall theme here of a card that says something's not for you. So while you could be making money and building up your foundation, which is something it appears that you're doing through the month of August, you're now coming into a decision at the end of the month, mending the situation, deciding what I want to do. Do I want to move through that door? What decisions do I want to make? I want to go search for more happiness, more fulfillment. But he hasn't walked through that door yet. He's still kind of in that decision mode. All right, let's look at some advice cards and some career cards. All right, what are some Capricorns being called to do, Spirit? What are some Capricorns being called to do? What are some being called to do right now that may be hesitant or need some validation on what they should do? All right. Loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. You have body work. Wow, this just came out for Taurus too. Okay. So with body work and family, this could represent a family business that has to do with body work. This could be, as the card represents, massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, exercise training. I did pick up for Taurus, if you're dealing with a Taurus, that this had to do with opening a gym or doing something with a family business here. And the other card that came out was books. Wow. Very similar if you're dealing with a Taurus, because theirs was author. They had author and they also had this card. So if you're moving forward with the Taurus, that would be good to look at their reading also. Now for some of you with the family card, this speaks, like I said, to family businesses. Body work can speak to what I had represented in the card, but this can also have to do with automobiles, automobile artwork, design, just, you know, anything to do with working on the body rather than the engine, like a body shop. And the books could represent researching right now for what you need to do. But for some, just as an individual card, this speaks to anything with literature, with books, with opening a bookstore, with writing a book. Anything you know that taps into for you, what you're inspired to do when you see that card, this is a validation. And now with these coming out, with this as a clarifier for family, there's some just inspired now who are thinking about how their career and family could work together, that they're preparing maybe to start a family or do something that involves working with families, such as counseling or daycare or opening your own child care center, doing anything that works with families or works with children. But this is a validation that you're making decisions based on the importance of what family is to you and how to move forward. Let's get some advice out. What advice for Capricorns, Spirit, in this situation? What advice for Capricorns? What do they need to know, doer, here? What advice for Capricorns? Alright. I'm going to take the top card of this pile that came out. You have to have and to hold. Healthy relationships are formed through love rather than need. It is such a human thing to hold on to others through fear and insecurity. But this dynamic can stifle a relationship potential to flourish and actually push someone away. Give your relationship the freedom it needs to form a healthy foundation. Now, because this says it's such a human thing to hold on to others through fear, and this is a career reading, are you holding on to a position? Okay, this is a career reading. Are you holding on to a position that you're realizing now, I just can't do this anymore? Like, I'm going to keep working at it. I'm going to make money, but I know this isn't what I want to do in the long term. You do have that you were trying to go the distance, though. You have the go the distance card. Now, what else came out with this? Let's look. There you go. Which direction should I take? You have reached a turning point in your life. Do not be afraid of taking the wrong path. When you recognize the learning to be found at every step and in every moment of your journey, you will realize that there is no wrong way, only the infinite gain of your personal growth and evolution. So if you want to take a chance on something, the Spirit's inspiring you. Okay, you have the final outcome card of deciding to move on and which direction should I take and making that decision. And maybe you're afraid to make that decision. And Spirit's like, if you make that decision and it doesn't work out, we're just going to course correct you. We're going to leave you to the next place. Sometimes it's just getting out of a position that you're afraid to move from then inspires you. Just because you moved on, now you have that confidence to move on again, to land where you're supposed to land. But this is you now making a proper decision on what you need to do. The clarifier that's on the bottom with this, you have be your brilliant self. This is something, this could be self-employment. Be great today. Be brilliant. This card asks you to get in touch with the extraordinariness of everyday living. Right in the center. Getting grounded with your logic and your organization and what you know you need to do. Go about your daily life doing everything to the very best of your ability. Your brilliance will radiate into the world, creating more change than you can possibly imagine. So just by following your heart's desire is what this card is telling you. Do what you know you need to do for yourself. That's what's going to get this happiness card upright. All right, let's get some advice out from your angels and guides here. What other advice for Capricorn? Oops. Okay, I knocked half the deck over there. Spirit will send it back out if it's supposed to come out. What message for Capricorn? What message for Capricorn? Also, if you'd like to win my free personal reading, I give out once a month. Subscribe, like, turn on your notification bell, and you must leave a comment. I choose from subscribers to leave comments and message you through the comment section to let you know you're the winner. Previous winners are listed below. All right, the first card we have out. Make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. So this could be just saying that maybe you're putting in a lot of hours, you're a little bit exhausted, and just remember to put you on the list of taking care of things. All right, and we have stay strong in your faith. So whatever you're thinking of doing, if you're going to if you're just considering with this which direction card and moving on to something and knowing now something's not for you, you have right here the fates. And you do have the Sun card in the table. And the clarifier for this. Okay, now with your final outcome card, mending something, you have deep emotional healing. Okay? So you are coming into you are mending your situation here. Deep emotional healing. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences, and you're willing to devote time and energy toward taking care of yourself. There you go. So whatever you were doing that exhausted you, you're putting yourself first back on the table in August. You're mending a situation. You're making a decision on how to move on which direction to move into. You're coming into your own with Be Your Brilliant Self. And then here are some of the career possibilities. And we're going to see what else you could be called to do. If some of these do not resonate with you, I'm going to ask Spirit here, what else is some Capricorns being called to do, Spirit? What else are some Capricorns being called to do? Is there anything else? Anything else? Okay. Okay, so you have the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands in a career reading usually speaks to an exciting job, working outdoors, or work that involves travel or being on the go. This could be a travel agent. The Knight of Wands often shows up in a career when you are in a very drama-filled job, such as like an ambulance worker, police, fire, rescue worker. But this is saying that the passion that you're ready to put in, because the Knight of Wands is the most passionate card in the deck, the passion you want to put in towards you, what you want to do, is going to work out. You have the Fates here. Surrender to what you know you need to do. This is you coming into your own about that. But with right at the heart of the matter here, with the Knight of Swords, you're going to come into good logic. You're going to come into a good decision about where I want to put my passion, what I want to do, the choices I want to make, and some of the things that I brought up with the career cards and the representation of this card. Okay, Capricorn, so this is for August 2021. I am Divine Stream. Thank you for tuning into my channel, and please subscribe.